those being the one which you entered by and the one on the opposite side. In the highly unlikely event of an emergency, additional exits may be used at the direction of the skipper and crew. These consist of the large sliding windows in the lower saloon, the windows or open sides in the front cabin, and the open sides around the upper deck. Buoyant apparatus consisting of life rings and life rafts is stored around the outsides of the upper deck and above the front cabin. In the event of any emergency, please remain calm and await further instructions from the skipper and crew. If you are accompanying small children, please keep them with you at all times. And if you have bird food purchased either from our gift shop or on board, please throw it well clear of the vessel. Ensure also that this is the only thing which you throw overboard. All rubbish must be placed in the bins provided or taken ashore. Finally, as with all our public sailings, there is to be no smoking on any part of this boat. We thank you for your cooperation, and if you have any questions or if there is anything we can do to make your trip more enjoyable, please do not hesitate to ask a member of staff. We're now leaving the centre of Windsor to our left, while on the opposite bank to our right is Eton, with some of the Eton College boathouses lining the waterfront. Rowing is a popular activity at Eton, the boys choosing either that or cricket as their summer sport. Those who choose cricket are known as dry bobs, whilst the rowers are called wet bobs. We're now proceeding upstream on the River Thames, which takes us in a roughly westerly direction. This would lead eventually to Oxford and beyond, though to reach Oxford would take approximately 2 days by river from here. This is mainly due to the 23 locks between here and the middle of Oxford, each one taking up to half an hour to negotiate on a busy day. There is a speed limit on the Upper Thames of a little under 5 miles an hour, added to which the Thames takes a very meandering course, so all in all it's not the place to be if you're in too much of a hurry. To our left is Jacob's Island, formerly called Corporation Island. It was renamed after a well-known local councillor and boat builder called Arthur Jacobs. It was here that some of the largest wooden boats, almost twice the length of this one, were built in the now dismantled and long-forgotten boat houses and slipways of the Jacobs Yard. As we proceed past Brockhurst Meadows to our right, some more of the Eton College buildings become visible, as do the spires of Eton College Chapel, which is built in an almost identical style to St George's Chapel in Windsor Castle. It's known as the Perpendicular Gothic style of architecture. Eton College was founded in 1440 by King Henry VI, originally naming it the King's College of Our Lady of Eton beside Windsor. Incidentally, the college owns nearly all of the land on our right-hand side from here to well beyond our turning point. They in fact own portions of land in many parts of the country, this being largely due to an outdated practice whereby parents of Eton boys used to donate land to the college in order to offset fees.
This looks like a desert, man.
Through the trees to our left shortly, we'll see a full-size replica of a
What in blazes is that? Just about the 8. Fair view. God. Yo, that one's taking a pee-pee. Aha, we're going faster now. Oh, no problem. What the hell am I doing? This is just an amazing view ever. In front of us. Hey, there's a bridge.
The Hawker Hurricane fighter plane. This is a memorial to its designer, Sir Sidney Cam, whose former home stands a few hundred yards beyond. This plane bears the markings of one flown in the Battle of Britain by Squadron Leader John Grandy, who was Constable and Governor of Windsor Castle from 1978 to 1988. Sir Sidney Cam was a pupil of Royal Free School in Windsor. During this time, he designed and built model aeroplanes, which he then sold to the boys of Eton College. Whilst the Hurricane was his best-known aircraft, Cam also designed the Hunter in 1951, which in 1953 went on to break the world speed record of 727 miles per hour. Cam's final design was the Harrier, which remained in RAF service for 50 years until 2010, and it is still flown by the US Marines as the AV-8B. Ahead of us is the Windsor Railway Bridge, being one of several across the Thames designed by Isambard Kingdom Brunel, the famous Victorian engineer. The bridge was completed in 1849 for Queen Victoria, and it brought the Great Western Railway network right up to the front of Windsor Castle. The design of this bridge was unique in its day, as were many of Brunel's designs. This one because the 187-foot central span is not secured to the sides in any way, but simply rests there under its own weight on 6 bearings, allowing for expansion and contraction of the ironworks during temperature changes. This type of span is known as a bowstring arch, and the brick viaduct was constructed between 1861 and 1865, replacing an original wooden trestle structure. The arches were incorporated into the design to prevent floodwater from being trapped on the upstream side in the event of the Thames bursting its banks. It's also believed to be Brunel's oldest surviving structure still in continuous use, and was granted Grade II listed status in 1975. In 1883, Windsor Central Station became part of the London Underground network, when the District Line was extended from Ealing Broadway to Windsor, using the tracks of the Great Western Railway. However, this was short-lived as the service was withdrawn in 1885. The land to our left forms part of Bath's Island, so called because in the days before Windsor had a purpose